Hello friends, so today we're gonna discuss the problem maximum and from the latest June lunchtime 2020. The first two problems are simpler and I've seen like 2-3 videos on YouTube, so that's why I'm putting the solution for 3, 4 and 5th problem. So this is the third problem, maximum and the question statement states that chef's good friend, like this is the story, but the question starts from here. You are given a sequence of positive integers a1, a2 till an and an integer k. For any positive integer x such that k, you have to find out a positive integer x, okay, such that it has exactly k bits in the binary representation. Okay, now the thing is, if you take that number x which has k bits set in its binary representation, and if you do an AND operation with every number which is present in the sequence and you do a summation of it, the sum is the maximum. So you have to choose the value of x so such that it has k bits in set in its binary representation and such that s is maximum possible. If there are more than one value of x, you should choose the smallest one. Okay, so you can draw some examples. There is one example given here in which it tells that there are 4 numbers and you have to form a number which has only one bit set, and it will give the maximum when we do an AND operation with all the 4 numbers. Okay, so first in all these like bits representation questions, first try to write them in its bits form. Okay, so these numbers 3, 4, 5, 1 I've written down here. So this is 1, this is 5, this is 4, this is 3. Okay, now what we'll do, we know that if we have 1 at this position and there is just a 0, like if we take a number and do an AND operation with this number, just take this first number in account. The first number is like this, it's 0, 0, 0, 1, so it's just 1. If I take a number such that 1, 0, 0, then the AND operation will be equal to 0. Why? Because the AND value or the will only be 1 if both the bits at the same position are set. Okay, so it means that if this both of the last bits are set, then only we are getting a value. So it helps us to know that we have to form a number such that we want to coincide it with the maximum number of bits at that position, because if we coincide it with the maximum bits, then the thing happen is the number will be the greatest, the number following will be greatest. But there are two conditions which we want to see. Let's assume that there are one number which is, let's assume 16, or which is like in binary representation, let's is equal to this. One number is this and the other number is like this has 4 zeros, or like this has 4, this has 3 zeros, and I have this number such that like a large number of times the number with 3 zeros. Okay, so you can say that I can take, like if I take this number, like the starting is 0 for all this, because we can, everything is 0 in the start. Okay, now this bit is set in all these numbers and this bit is set in this number. So what number to take? Should I take this bit or whether I should take this bit? But like assume that if there are only 2 of these numbers, now if I take this bit, then the total increment, because this is equal to let's say this is 4, this is like 8, so this is 8. So if I add 2 numbers, it is equal to, if I add a number 8, if I do a AND of 8 with all these numbers, it is 8, it will AND with this number and this number, and thus we will get 16. But if I do make a 16 here, if I make this bit set, then the answer is again 16. So but I should choose the smallest, like I should choose a number which is smallest, which is 8, because both of them are giving the same answer. The following final answer is like 8 or 16 for both the cases, but we have to find out the smallest one. So that's the first thing. Now if I have this number in which I have 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, in this case there are three positions which have, so this is it equal to 20, like 24. But if I make this bit set, then it is beneficial to make the first bit value to be set in the final answer, because this will increment our answer by more. So how we are checking? We are actually checking this by the maximum number we can form if we are making this bit set. Okay, so what we can do here is, for every number in the input, what we will do, we will check whether this bit is set or not. If this bit is set, we will add the corresponding number or the total value it is delivering or it is contributing to the final answer. So let's assume this, in this case we are making in the final, because the number is up to 30, the key is up to 30, then the maximum number is up to 2 to the power 30, and thus we can make 30 boxes to store the bits. But I am here doing it for 4 only. So now as you can see, the last bit is set for 3 numbers, so it should be equal to 3. I am not actually storing the count here, but I am storing actually the sum at the bit position of these numbers. So I'll tell you more. So as you can see, in this second position there is only one bit set, so I'll put 2 into 1 times 1, which is equal to 2. Why I'm putting 2? Because if I made this bit set, then the total contribution I will get in the final answer will be equal to 2. I hope you understand, because if I make this bit set, then the total final answer contribution I will get from this bit is 3. So I'm checking what every bit contribution is giving to me. Now if I do this for this, now because there are 2 bits set here and the position of this is 2 to the power 2, so the answer is equal to 8. And this is 0. Now what we can do, we can sort all these bit positions by this value, because now this will tell us that if I make this bit set, then I'm getting the maximum contribution. But for this case it's just k equal to like 1. So I'll tell you that because we are setting the third bit, which is 2 to the power 2, and thus the answer is equal to 4. But if k is equal to 2 for this case, then I will set the last bit, because it is contributing more, it is contributing 3, and this, if I set this bit, it is contributing just 2. So that's how we can do how much contribution every bit is given, and then we will set the bits. But let's assume in this case, as you can see, the total set bits if we take is equal to, let's assume, because the last bit are set in these numbers, the second bit and third bit, but from fourth bit onwards there is no bit set. Okay, but now let's assume k is equal to 5 for this case. So if I take a k equal to 5, then what you can observe here is I will make this bit set, the last bit set, in the final number which will form. The last bit will be set, the second bit will be set, the third bit will be set. But now if I make any other bit set, it will not contribute to our final answer. So let's assume if I make 1, 0, 0, and then I'll make the last 3 bits set 1, 1, 1. If I do the AND operation of this number with this number, and I do an AND operation of like 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, then the answer will be same. Like you can go and check on a paper. Why? Because only these bits are set. These bits are only going to contribute to the final summation. These bits, because they are 0 in these positions, when I do an AND operation of these bits with those 0, it will turn out to be 0 and it will not contribute to an answer. But because this is equal to x and we want the smallest x as possible, so first we fill those positions which we want, because they are contributing to our answer. After, if there are some more bits, then we will fill the bits with the smallest indices. I hope you understand, because filling the smallest indices first will make this x smallest, and that's what is given to the question, that if there are multiple answers you'll have to print out the smallest number. I hope you understand the question now. Let's move on to the code. So this is the solve function. I've taken down the input of like n and k, and then I make a pair of vectors. Then for all the 30 places, I will make the bi of first equal to 0, because at this position I will store the value, and I will store at this position what is the index, because after sorting we are sorting it, because sorting will give us which number is contributing the most. But if we sort them, we will get lost of the generality of the index on which we want. So that's why we are storing the pair of indices also. Then after that we'll iterate over all the numbers of the input we'll take, iterate over all the 30 values, and check whether this bit is set. If this bit is set, we will add like I double shift j, like double shift in the left position, and then because this is just equivalent to this 2 to the power of 2 or 2 to the power 3. Okay, this is just equivalent to this thing. That's what I'm adding, and then we are sorting it. In the sorting we'll use this function, which is just taking the input of the pair. If the first value, which is storing the total values, which is storing this total contribution, if this total contribution is same, okay, then if this total contribution is same, we will check which of the number has the smallest indices, because in the last, as you know, everything turns out to be 0, and the total contribution will be equal to 0. So we have to do it in such a way that the second value should be smaller, which means the second value is the index. If the first value, the contribution, is same, then index should be small, else we will check whichever has the largest contribution. Okay, so that's the whole comparative function, and then we'll iterate over all the k values from I to k, because we have to take out the k set bits. And what we will do, we will take that set bit, because it is sorted, the bit, whichever bit position we want is stored in the I dot second position of this vector pair. So that's what I'm adding, answer plus we'll add that bit position and convert it to long, and we'll add it to the answer. Finally we'll answer the total answer, or the total x we have found it out. I hope you understand the logic part and the code. If you still have any doubts, please mention now. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you in the next one. Keep coding, keep practicing. Bye.